Kahala Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakodash, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushai, Kahala Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostle and elders of Great Millstone who will well and taught me this truth. Peace and salutations to the house of David, the elect man pushing his truth and faith and sincerity. Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakodash, Barakatham. To all you sincere listeners who may hear this. Okay, and I'm gonna just go in on a lesson on this massacre from 1920 in the city of Oki in Florida. All right, where Esau Edom, the so-called white man, all right, and the Ku Klux Klan, all right, came through the city of Oki, Florida, all right, and slaughtered over 50 to 60 men, what they say, all right, which I was looking at a documentary last night, okay, and it pretty much was saying that it was for over 490 people missing. Okay, so we can't even put an exact number on Esau Edom, how many people we actually massacred and slaughtered that day, man. All right, and if you go into the story, you know it tells a story about these two so-called black men who were trying to vote, and they refused them the right to vote. Okay, and they came in their house when they tried to vote, and tried to kill him, and the so-called black man killed two of them, okay, and then incited these Ku Klux Klansmen to come in the city, all right, throughout the city, and just mass slaughter multiple Jakes, man, all right, and scattered them out of the neighborhood, man, scattered them out of their homes, okay. So without further ado, I'm just gonna go into this. I'm gonna go into this article. Then I'm gonna go into a little bit of history on it. Then I'm gonna go into some scriptures. Lord willing, this edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Okay. It says, Florida town where blacks were massacred renounces racist past. A central Florida town where dozens of African Americans were massacred and a black neighborhood was burnt down almost 100 years ago is renouncing its racist past. All right, and when you go into that word renounce, it pretty much means to refuse to recognize it. All right, so Esau just saying in his mind he's not gonna recognize it no more. Now he's not gonna acknowledge his atrocities and his genocides no more. Which you can't acknowledge it, man. All right, which you can't. It's not up to you if you're going to acknowledge it or not, man. It's going to forever be acknowledged, man. And it's not like this devil was pushing it on the forefront anyway, okay? It says, Oki City commissioners plan to issue a proclamation Tuesday acknowledging the 1920 attack on the so-called black community and that caused African Americans to move away for decades. The proclamation renounces the city's past as a sundown town, a place where so-called African Americans could be in danger if they were in city limits after sunset. The Orlando Sentinel reports the proclamation reads, "Let it be known that Oki shall no longer be known as a sundown city." 100 years later, man. All right, and these cities throughout America are known as sundown cities, man. You ain't trying to be caught outside walking on the street in where some Edomites at, man. All right, you ain't trying to be caught out there, man. All right, why? Because it's still a sundown country, man. All right, them Edomites catch you out there walking late night, man. They're gonna do something to you, man. All right, it's lucky. It's lucky. Yeah, but you ain't trying to be caught sundown nowhere out here with these fucking Edomites, man. All right. It said the Orlando Sentinel reports the proclamation read, "Let it be known that Oki shall no longer be known as a sundown city, but the sunrise city with the bright light of harmony." Yeah, like you can just put away the past of you slaughtering hundreds of people, man, hundreds of Jakes. All right. On top of that, we ain't even gonna get into all the murdering you did to the indigenous tribes. All right, the tribe of Reuben, man, the Seminole Indians, man. All right, in Florida. All right, you can't just put that away. You can't just renounce it, man. All right, because you're guilty of those charges, and you have not been you have not been brought to justice on those charges, man. All right. and prosperity, with the bright light of harmony, justice, and prosperity shining upon all our citizens. And that's just, man. If George Oliver, who this year became the first so-called African American elected to the Okie City Commission, said it's time to let people know that Okie has evolved. Okie has evolved. Yeah, he's a coon ass nigga, man. All right. If you were so-called black, you didn't want to go through here day or night. But if you had to, you made sure, if at all possible, that you got out of town before the sun went down. Oliver said, "This changed. It's time we let people know." In 1920, a so-called white mob attacked Okie's so-called black community after so-called African Americans attempted to vote. The mob surrounded the home of July Perry, set fire to Perry's neighborhood, and massacred dozens of so-called black residents. The mob lynched Perry in nearby Orlando. After the massacre, about 500 so-called black residents fled Okie. Yeah, so about so-called 500 so-called black residents fled Okie, man. I wonder what happened to them, man. All right, leaving behind their homes and possessions. Okie had no so-called black residents until the 1980. Until 1980. John. I just done that. So it says, none of my family has ever forgotten. Bell said it's time for people to remember. All right, but what the fuck is people remembering gonna do, man? All right, let me just like, cause this shit, it just piss you off, man. All right. The Okie massacre was a so-called white mob attack on so-called African American residences in northern Okie, Florida, which occurred on November 2nd, 1920, the day of the U.S. presidential election. The town is in Orange County near Orlando. As many as 50 or 60 so-called African Americans may have been killed, man. All right, so they don't know the exact number during the riot. And most so-called African Americans owned buildings and residences in northern Okie were burnt to the ground. Other so-called African Americans lived in southern Okie were later driven out on threat of more violence. Okie essentially became a so-called all-white town. Yeah, because you killed everybody and forced them out of their town and burnt all their houses to the ground. All right, pieces of shit. The riot has been described as the single bloodiest day in modern American political history. Yeah, this is what this day was about, man. All right, and I'm not even gonna continue to read on it, man. All right, I'm just gonna go into some scriptures, man. All right, Salakia. I'm just gonna go into some scriptures. All right, Salakia, brothers. Yeah, Salakia. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Habakkuk. Like, if you brothers want to read up on the history of Salakia, if you want to read up on the history of the Okie, Florida massacre, then just go into it, man. All right, and it'll get go in depth with it, you know. But we pretty much got the gist of what happened. Okay. Let's start right here in Habakkuk. All right, this Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. And that's the so-called white man. He ain't got nothing but shameful spewing on his glory, man. All right, he got all these Confederate statues being ripped down, man. All right, everybody stumping on his make America great hat against, man. All right, for Nazi rhetoric. Okay, he's getting called out and put on video for all his racist acts, man. All right, he's getting exposed as the murderer he is, man. All right, he's getting exposed as the thief and a witch he is, man. All right, people are exposing him on how he established the country of America through bloodshed, all right, through murder, all right, through nothing but wickedness. Okay, this is Micah chapter 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity, and that's the so-called white man. He devises iniquity. All right, it said his sins is reached up to heaven. Okay, and work evil upon their beds. Yeah, they work evil upon their beds, man. All right. So they took this land, okay, and then it said scriptures say they sleep not lest they do mischief, okay. So they work evil upon the place where they lay their head at, man. All right, they do evil to their own self. They are the wicked, okay. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. Yeah, because it was in the power of their hand to be able to go and slaughter these hundreds of jakes and get away with it. They went and did it, man. All right, because they controlled the voting system, they controlled the political system, they controlled the land. All right, through their wickedness. Okay, they continued in it. Okay. Verse 2, and they covet fields and take them by violence. And that's what they did, man. They covet fields and they took them by and they took it by violence, man. They coveted this little land that the so-called blacks was living in, okay? And they slaughtered them and took them out of that land and took it by violence, man. All right, burnt down the houses to the ground, man, and killed over hundreds of jakes, man. That was innocent, man. Well, nobody's innocent pertaining to Job 4:7, okay, but just speaking in Esau's terms, man. All right, in his judicial system, okay. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage, and that's what the so-called white man does, man. All right, he take a man in his house and he oppress a man in his heritage, man. All right, he done it so much to the point where he's burnt down our ancient artifacts and our in our ancient history. Okay, did put his faces and his artifacts up in a place of ours. Okay, and posed as if he is the children of the Most High. Or he's actually in the land of Israel right now, posing like as if he's a Jew. Okay, because he oppresses a man in his heritage, man. All right. And he oppressing our heritage right now, trying to renounce this racist past, man. All right, because you can't take this back. You don't want us to remember this no more, man. But we're gonna forever remember what your devilish ass done, man. All right, we're not gonna forget. All right, this is well, let me start right here. All right, this is Proverbs chapter 26, verse 26. Well, I started 25. Phew. Yeah, let me start at 24. Okay, this Proverbs 26 and 24. He that hateth dissembleth with his lips and layeth up deceit with him. And that's the so-called white man talking about he renounced this. He won't recognize this more. He not a racist no more. He not like that no more, man. All right. You laying up deceit within you, man. All right. It says, when he speak of fair, believe him not. Yeah, don't believe this damn devil, man. Don't believe that he's taking this out of his history and that he's not changed, man. All right. For there are 7 abominations in his heart. Yeah, a complete number of abominations in his heart, man. All right. It say the words of his mouth was smoother than butter, but yet war was in his heart, man. All right. All this devil want to do is murder you, Jakes, man. And now he's just doing it on a more strategic, tactical playing field, man. All right. He's doing it through biological warfare and psychological warfare, man. All right. But he's still killing you. He's still putting you to death, man. All right, he still has plans to destroy you, man, oppress you and covet your fields and take and destroy you through violence. Okay. Whose hatred is covered by deceit. Yeah, his hatred for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians. All right, his hatred is covered by deceit. Like this article, man. All right, saying that he renounced his past, man. All right, he still hates you, man. All right, they don't just because he refuses to recognize what he has done doesn't mean that he still don't feel the same way he did when he did it. All right, really, he done got worse pertaining to Sirach, the 10th chapter, man. All right, you will wipe a wiping glass and see all together that his wickedness has not been wiped away. Just roughly paraphrasing. All right, the so-called white man ain't changed, man. All right, it says, whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. And that's what's going on right now. All right, because you got the man of the Lord right now speaking out on this devil, man. Shameful spewing should be thy glory, man. All right, and his wickedness is being showed before the whole congregation, man. All right, we know who this devil is, man.
All right, and this right here is just the example of his wickedness, man. All right, his hatred being covered with deceit. Okay, verse 27. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein. Yeah, so he digged the pit for us. Okay, he did the pit for us by putting us to death. All right, by putting us in the ghettos. Okay, so he can have easy access to kill us and know exactly where we at. Okay, and so forth and so on. All right, but he gonna fall into his own pit. All the mischief that he has devised, all the iniquity that he's devised. Okay, he's gonna fall into it, man. All right, cause he done set so many booby traps up that he done forgot where he done laid someone at. All right, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. Yeah, so it's gonna return upon you. All the blood that you done shed, all the wickedness that you have done, it's gonna come back to hunt your ass, man. It's gonna come back to bite you in the ass. You're not gonna get away with it, man. All right, just cause you say that you didn't do it, or just cause you say you wipe your hands with the wickedness that you have done, is not that don't mean that it's over with, man. All right, it's Proverbs chapter 13. It's Proverbs chapter 15, verse 27. He that is greedy of gain trouble his own house. Yeah, and that's the so-called white man. He's greedy, man. Or he can never. It speak about in Habakkuk the second chapter how about he's never satisfied, man. Neither keepeth at home, and that's what this devil was doing right here. He wasn't satisfied with having the whole America, man. Or he wasn't satisfied with no so-called blacks being able to run in his congressmen and commissions, which that's all vain shit anyway. Okay, but he wasn't satisfied with all the power he had, man. He had to go slaughter anybody who tried to oppose him and go take them out of their neighborhoods, man, and oppress them, man. All right. It says, he that is greedy in his gain troubles his own house. Yeah, he troubling his own house, man. The house of Edom is in trouble, man. All right, the house of Edom finna go into 1,000 years of slavery, man. All right, and then be destroyed. All right, but he's brought that upon himself throughout all his wickedness, man. Okay, but he that hateth gifts shall live, and the so-called white man don't hate gifts, man. All right, he like gifts that he take through violence, man. All right. So what's a gift destroyed the heart, man? And the so-called white man is destroyed by these gifts that he has attained through wickedness, man. All right, let's get this in Deuteronomy. All right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 14. Thou shalt not remove thy neighbor's landmark. Yeah, and that's what the so-called white man does, man. All right, he take everybody's land and claim it as his, man. All right, it says, which they have old time have set in thine inheritance. And the so-called white man that took everybody's ancient landmark and removed it, man. All right, named it after his names, man. All right, coveting fields, man. All right, taking them by violence. This is what he did to this so-called black neighborhood, man. To these so-called blacks, okay. Which thou shalt inherit in the land that the Lord thy power Yahweh Bashim Yahushua giveth thee to possess it. Yeah, so Esau Edom, man, he's in violation of the law, man. All right, numerous laws, but he was never even given the law. All right, so that's why. But he when he oppressed the man in his heritage, okay, when he posed to act like the children of the Most High, he took the law in his hand, man. All right, so now he's he has to be punished double time. All right, for his wickedness, man. All right, this is Proverbs chapter 23, verse 10. Remove not the old landmark and enter not into the fields of the fatherless. And that's what he did, man. All right. He removed this town or these so-called blacks, okay, and made it his town, okay, and then he entered into the houses of the fatherless, man. All right, because was not Israel fatherless, okay? But you force your gods and you force your wickedness upon Israel, man. All right. So you in complete violation of the laws of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. You in complete violation. Okay, you're gonna be judged on a major level, man. All right, because the so-called white man does everything that's adverse to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Why? Because he's adversarial to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Why? Because he's the physical counterpart to Satan, which adversary means Satan. All right. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 12. Woe to him that establish Salakia, woe to him that buildeth a town with blood. And that's what he did in O'Keefe, Florida, man. All right. He built it. He built that town with blood, man. All right. The massacring of hundreds of so-called African Americans, man. On top of that, before he even but before this town was established with the so-called African Americans, all right, he slaughtered millions of Seminole Indians, man, and took this land, man. All right. So he's built of a town with blood, all right. Via the whole America has been built with blood, all right, and established a city by iniquity. And yeah, I tell you in John 10:10, the thief cometh not, but it kill, steal, and destroy, man. All right, and that's all this devil does, man. All right, nothing but iniquity, sin on top of sin, man. All right, he's still sinning to this day, he's still doing wickedness to this day, he's still devising mischief to this day. All right. This Numbers chapter 35, verse 33. So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. Yeah, this whole land is polluted, man. All right, America. All right, from South America, Central America, North America. Every single speck of the Americas is polluted, man. All right. It says, for blood it defiled the land. Yeah, because there's blood all throughout this land, man. All right, who was responsible for all this blood? The so-called white man is responsible for all this blood, man. All right. This ain't just no just come against the so-called white man. No, these are facts. These are facts, man. I just go into the history, man. I just go into the history of all the different wars that was fought on this land, man. Who and all the genocides and atrocities that was done in the Americas. Who was responsible for these, man? All right, the so-called white man was responsible for them, man. All right, Esau, Edom, the Edomites, man. All right. And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. Yeah, so you so-called white people got a lot of blood to shed, man. All right, you can't cleanse the land from that blood by saying you renounce the history of the blood that you shed, man. All right, by not taking responsibility for what you did no more, man. All right, for just trying to wipe it out your memory bank, man. What the hell you mean? No, you gotta die, nigga. All right, you gotta shed some blood. All right, nobody don't give a damn about you renouncing nothing, man. All right. This is Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Yeah, they holding themselves not guilty, man. All right. That's what the so-called white man is doing by renouncing his so-called racist past, man. You still guilty, nigga. Are you holding yourself not guilty? That don't change the fact that that you guilty, okay? And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, for I am rich, and their own shepherds pity them not. But yeah, we read in Proverbs, okay, the 23rd chapter about how you're not supposed to enter into the houses of the fatherless, man. All right. Not only do you enter into the houses of the fatherless, but you slaughter them, man. All right, then you establish a land on the land that you slaughtered them on, man, and then call to the Lord as if the Lord is with you, man. All right, but the Lord is gonna reprove you, man, and set you in order before thine eyes, and that's happening right now because you got the man of the Lord standing in great boldness upon those who have afflicted them, man. All right. So you already being set in order, man. All right, shameful spewing is on your glory, man. All right, let's go here to Psalms. All right, this Psalms chapter 73, verse 8. Let's start at 7. All right, I start at 6. All right, this Psalm chapter 73, verse 6. Therefore, pride compasseth them about as a chain. Violence covereth them as a garment. Yeah, they wear violence for a garment, man. All right, injustice. All right, blood. All right, they wearing it around. They can't take off the blood because you can't cleanse the blood unless you kill them, man. All right, so they just holding on to the blood, man. All right. Their eyes stand without fatness. They have more than heart can wish. They have more than heart can wish, man. All right, they had more than heart can wish when they went in here and slaughtered these two so-called black men, all right, and slaughtered hundreds of so-called African Americans, man, and burnt down that city, man. You already had done took the whole Americas by then, man. All right, through violence, man, through murder. Okay, they are corrupt and speak wickedly concerning oppression. They speak loftily, and that's what they doing right now, man. Are they speaking loftily of oppression, man? They speaking like, well, let's go into this word loftily, okay? Cause they acting like this just they could just wipe it off the floppy disk or something, man. Like history is a flash drive, and you could just delete what you want to delete off of it, man. All right, you speaking loftily, man, of oppression, man. All right, hell no, you need to be honoring this day, man. All right, you need to be bringing this to the forefront, man, on what your wicked ass done been doing, man. All right, lofty with a high purpose. Let's see if we can look the word lofty up. It's lucky because I know it's more on that. Lofty. It says proud, aloof, or self-important, of a noble or exalted nature, of imposing height. Yeah, they acting like this is just this is nothing, man. All right, this over and done with. This is they've moved past this, man. You can't move past slaughtering hundreds of people, man. All right, you can't move past that, man. All right, you have to be judged for that, man. All right, who the hell are you, man? All right, to say that this you renounce this, you don't recognize this more, no more. You how about see me outside? Recognize it, okay? They set their mouth against the heavens and their tongue walketh through the earth, yeah, and that's what they do, man. They set their mouth against you. How about see me outside, man? Like how about see me outside ain't gonna deal with their ass, man. All right, you got a lot to pay for, man. All right, you got you damn sure got to be healthy to think that you done you can renounce the history of this country, man. All right, you out your damn mind. You gonna pay for it, man. Are you gonna pay for it? All right, this is Sirach chapter 8, verse 16. Strive not with an angry man, and go not with him into a solitary place, for blood is as nothing in his sight, and where there is no help, he will overthrow thee. And that's what he did here in Oak Key, Florida, man. All right. He knew that the so-called Negroes in this neighborhood, in this city, didn't have no help. All right, and he went in there. All right, blood was nothing in his sight. It was nothing for him to lynch. All right, murder kids. All right, men, women, whatever the fuck. All right, just to overthrow them, man. All right, it was nothing for him to do that, man. All right. So you don't supposed to strive with an angry man. All right, meaning we don't supposed to be dealing with these Edomites, man. Never trust our enemy, man. All right. You don't supposed to be wanting to live around this damn devil, man. You supposed to be praying to the Lord that he come deliver you away out of the hands of the wicked, because Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is the wicked. All right. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 22. My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. Yeah, so Yahweh Shemi Shah is not gonna, his sword is not gonna cease upon those who shed innocent blood upon the earth, man. You so-called Edomites, man. Are you damn Edomites, man? Are who exalt your tongue towards the heavens, man? All right. Yahweh Shemi Shah is not gonna stop until he destroy every one of you, man. Y'all are brought into subjection to the nation of Israel, pertaining to Isaiah the 14th chapter, man. All right. It's over with for you, man. All right. This is Sirach chapter 12, verse 16. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, like this shit right here, man. All right. We call it the sunshine town now, man. All right. Can't no sunshine here no more, man. You pieces of shit. Are you slaughtered over mass slaughtered hundreds of our people, man? All right. For no fucking reason. All right. No sun will never shine here again, man. All right. An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. Yeah, so he's saying this right now, but he's still thinking of more ways right now how he can kill you, man. All right, how he can trap you up, man. And this is one of them traps right here to make you think that oh, it's the Sunshine City now. Fuck out of here, man. All right. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. Yeah, so uh if he find an opportunity, which is he's looking for his opportunity right now to catch you Jakes off guard, man, make you think it's all okay. Okay? He's not gonna be satisfied with your blood. He's not gonna be satisfied till he put all you niggas, spicks and tontos to death, man. Alright? I'm gonna get this and I'm gonna wrap it up, man, through the spirit, man. I pray this was edifying. Alright. This is Ezekiel chapter 25. Ezekiel chapter 25, verse, I started 6. It says, "For thus said the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, because thou hast clapped thine hands and stamped with thy feet and rejoiced in heart with all thy despite against the land of Israel. Behold, therefore I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and I will deliver thee for a spoil to the heathen, and I will cut thee off from the people, and I will cause thee to perish out of the countries. I will destroy thee, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua." That's what's gonna happen to you pussy ass Edomites, man. Alright, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is gonna destroy you, man. Alright. Let's jump down to 12. Cause you stumped your feet and clapped your hands at these genocides and these atrocities that you have committed, man. All right, after you slaughtered hundreds of Negroes, so-called Negroes, you took over the neighborhoods and just it was there for 70, 80 years like ain't nothing happened, man. All right, like for 60 years like ain't nothing happened, man. Jump down to 12. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah, yeah, you so-called Negroes, by taking vengeance. Yeah, and that's what they did right here in this story of Okia, Florida. Okay, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and I will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and off of Dedan shall they fall by the sword. Yeah, and that's in semblance to America, man. All right, where you fucking Edomites done shed numerous amounts of blood. All right, verse 14, "And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, said the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua." Yeah, it's gonna start with them race wars, then it's gonna turn into your future, man. All right, in the kingdom of heaven. When you are in servitude under the nation of Israel, are we gonna be putting a foot up your ass, man? We're gonna be killing you. All right, we're gonna be putting your ass to death. All right, then bringing you back because we're gonna have spiritual power. All right, we're gonna keep putting you to death for 1,000 years. All right, and then we're gonna exterminate you, man. All right. So Lord willing to edify, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostle and elders, a great millstone, who rule well. Peace and salutations to the house of David. Shalom to the elect.